Look at Maven. I don't suppose you've told Captain Kane the contents of everything that happened from your experience, sir.
I've told him what I know from my point. As much as it's important to keep some things secret, it's also important to trust them into good hands.
You saw how much secrecy got us with the last Grand Watcher. Let's see. Quinn would just tell Captain Kane what happened, but I think the only thing that would have been in Maven's purview was the Red Knight. Like how she broke out. And I guess Quinn would also divulge that she was of a similar caliber as Captain Kane in discerning the gray. Because she was able to notice it in Clint. And that he hopes that they left on peaceable terms, and he hopes that that might be something for us to utilize. Yes, it's not pronounced Sif, it's the she or whatever. Some weird Celtic pronunciation.
One last question.
Yes, sir.
In your best estimation, do you believe the force you spoke to be the actual King Garth-Mod?
This might be a bit of a stretch, so feel free to shoot it down. Can Clint think back to his conversations with King Carthalion, or the person named such, and try to read off him that paternal, familial tone from him? Because I think that's what Clint would determine as someone who is like the father of humanity. Like, can someone replicate that?
Roll the insight with advantage.
Ooh, advantage. Well, don't mind if I do. Yo, bless up, you know, bless up, we're sending it, bless up.
Jesus Christmas. Even the first roll was like hella good.
Thank you, Dice
Why
Gods.
don't you add a D10 to that as well?
Thank you, Captain Maven. Yo, bless up. Yo, that's fun.
Oh
my
god, you could barely do better.
Yeah, if only the guidance didn't fail me.
Yeah, that's a linchpin.
The paternal pride and humble majesty is unreplicatable.
Perfect. Quint closes his eyes, thinks for a moment on the conversations with King Carthalion. Then, after only a scant 3 seconds, I do, sir. The way he spoke of us. Not of me, nor my class, but of all of humanity. About our ambitions. The deeds he's done, the burdens he's left us on purpose. I don't think anyone, even a fiend, would be able to replicate it.
And you still feel his will to power inside you now?
I do, sir. And not just me. I know a number of my class, the ones that went to Sycusia. They still have it in them, too.
He just holds his self still for a second, but only the humans.
Bartholomew's children. Technically, yes, Carthalian's children, but Clint will telepathically connect if it even works on Captain Kane to Captain Maven and Captain Kane. So he like double speak. Carthalian's children, yes, sir. Then meanwhile, telepathically, and there's something else that connects us. Captain Kane has a impenetrable mental fortress, maybe.
You feel an intense amount of pressure connecting to him.
That tracks.
But you do connect. What was it you said?
That alongside of everyone being Carthalian's children, that there's another factor that connects everyone. Referring to the mutation implication that of humanity. Not that, well, I don't know if Maven or Kane know that, but maybe they do. I don't fucking know at this point. Some deeper connection connects all of humanity.
Do you reveal like everything you know?
I don't think he would in this short stint of time. Just tell him like there is more that does connect us, which it could be a conversation off screen or after the fact or some other time. Because that's a big egg to crack open.
Very good.
Go
ahead.
I have 2 requests left, sirs. Before I'll take my leave and make the rounds.
What do you got, Lieutenant?
The first, sir, is, as I said, Antonio Scorpion Sworn wants captainhood amidst the missionaries. Swearing, and I truly do mean swearing, to pursue the guardians of this Zodiac. He believes it will bring some very, very powerful assets to the Watch. And we have some leads, aside from the ones we retrieved already. I told him I'd speak with you on it and put forward his application. And I do believe he is fit for the job, sir.
Then I'll send for him.
Excellent. The second, sir, perhaps a personal and selfish one. I would like to take captainhood as well.
Why?
I know the company I lead. I know how to get the job done. How to connect all the pieces together. I think with us, we've made unprecedented progress, gained unprecedented revelations in the world's insights. Why me versus any of them? Well, to be frank, sir, I didn't see any of them getting pinged directly by the Grand Watcher. I don't know what lies in store for me in the future, but I know I'm going to get there. And I'd be happy to bring everyone alive with me there. And I hope my assistance in the preparation back at the God's Eye was proof of that.
And if you had a path to success, would you sacrifice everyone you know and everyone in this room to get to it? Would
Depends.
you do what must be done?
Under the assumption, sir, that it was a great success. Yes, I would. But only on that assumption. And I would be sure to do my due diligence to make sure every sacrifice was necessary, that no piece was in vain, and that the success was not a trick nor short-lived. make sure all the sacrifices were worth it.
Do you consider yourself to be someone that has an ego?
Absolutely, sir. And I think that ego is what's gotten me this far. Put me in many lines of peril, but granted me very many great insights.
And if the chips were down on the table, what one person do you think could accomplish the hardest tasks?
Artist, in what respect, sir? It
In-
matters. I'd have to pick myself. I don't claim to be the brightest in the room, nor the strongest. I do claim to be the one that doesn't rest, relax. Someone that would be happy to be in this room for the next 3 days planning what our next steps are, finding the experts to get me the answer, the strongest people to lift the obstacles.
And if you were to get this position, what task would you accomplish? What field would you bring prosperity to for the Watch?
I would bring the end of the watch, sir. In 1 year's time, this all ends, either with humanity's genocide or with our salvation.
Where do you start? You've mentioned many things here, but you can't accomplish everything.
As much as I wish. As much as I wish.
Quite the avarice on you.
Quite, sir. On that we're thoroughly agreed. Yeah. I would start with getting our brothers back. Perhaps that's selfish of me for personal reasons, but I don't think anyone can disagree that these are trained and experienced veteran watchmen that we are allowing to fall to darkness. Not only are we losing our own numbers, we're bolstering theirs.
And powerfully so. Your friend, Gregor.
He's more than my friend, sir. He's my
right.
brother.
He was something of an anomaly. It's not often a true werewolf child of Fraudna presents itself.
Correct.
There are certain types of type 6s that require the blood of the wolf in order to slay. It's why we employ the black hounds.
And I am thoroughly confident that the forces we're contending against are appealing to those such type 6s. If the presence of the tick belong is any indication, they are building an alliance.
Ah, the General, an old enemy of Hegofar. I would plan your steps cautiously. Well, Lieutenant Clint, you've given me a lot to think about. Now I need something from you.
Anything, sir.
There is a matter of candidacy.
Yes, sir.
But we are in a different time now, I would say. Would you agree?
I would agree, sir.
But there are senior watchmen coming. Very experienced ones. Very talented ones.
Yes, sir. On that I am sure.
What I need from you, Captain Clint, is to pick a team.
To accomplish what task, sir?
Recover our fallen.
Yes, sir. Salute him.
He stands up, walks over to you. Gives a salute. Holds out a hand.
I take it and say, I won't let you down, sir.
Of course you will. But you'll make up for it.
I say.
Besides, I had already slotted you for this slot when I picked you as my second.
That ahead, sir?
I watched you for 5 years, Clint. I think I know what you're capable of.
Thank you, sir. And if that's the case, then to the complaints of Rohan of Shamash, I believe I have some work to do.
Roll an insight real quick.
He's lying to me. What's with me rolling these 8s? No, that's divine inspiration. Send that. Holy fuck!
You got
The
me.
worst part is you have to take the new roll.
Oh,
The new roll reaches the other roll's full.
Oh yeah, it does.
roll.
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
not that far off.
Fucking 22. It's missing 3.
That's rough, buddy.
Okay, yeah, nothing else happens.
Yep, all good. All good. And Quince will take his leave. Once the door closes, he closes the door behind him, he just goes... Actually, okay, wait, no, he knows better when Captain Kane's within 50 feet. He'll go out this door!
Very, very quietly.
Yeah, he'll just sigh, like, with a breath of anxiety, but also relief. Actually, no, he goes this way, because we gotta go find Doran. Find out what's up with him talking to Zion, but we could go to someone else. That definitely was more than I was expecting.
So, speaking of someone else, Cleo,
Mm-hmm.
I believe you were opting for a new... God, what's the right phrase? Teacher?
Tutelage?
Mentor?
Master?
Sensei?
Mentor. Yeah, a new mentor.
Yeah, we'll go mentor. That's a nice way to put it. She asks you to take a walk with her.
I will do so.
As you walk around the building out to where these ancient columns are tipped over, broken, and overgrown upon, they appear to be made out of a not only sandstone-like construct, but far... what's the right word? Less evolved, I guess? Less sophisticated methods? She stands on this precipice and looks over the crashing waves of this lake that you, since you've been here, would actually know as Lake Lawrence.
Oh,
He
fancy that.
owns the... My daddy owns the lake!
We own the water.
She would just look upon it for a second, Dear daughter, what is it you desire?
I desire to transcend my limitations, my weaknesses.
Does the mortal coil no longer suffice?
No, I don't think it does.
And what would you do to achieve greater, to be greater?
Well, sort of short of doing anything truly heinous, I'd do anything.
You see her hold out her hand and unbind these azure bindings she has around her arm, revealing a forearm that is scarred all up and down. As she takes one of her curved blades and lightly runs it upon it, opening it up, letting out a slight flow of crimson that drips upon the ground. Dear daughter, drink and grow strong.
They'll take their mask off and they'll drink it.
As you do, roll me first a disadvantage charisma save.
Okay.
He's entrancing you. Oh fuck!
Yep. That went about as well as I expected.
Oh my.
I can re-roll this though. Do you think that's wise?
It's up to you.
Would I keep the disadvantage if I used the Jaeger feature to re-roll? Alright, well let's see.
Wait, what does the feature say? Sometimes that makes a big difference.
Okay, fair enough. Let me find it.
I think it's a singular like D20 wall, but I think it's changed a couple of times. You expended to gain advantage on the roll.
Oh, interesting. I would give you another reroll with disadvantage. I don't think that's what the feature says, but I think that's in spirit of the idea here.
Okay. That's better.
Holy how you did so good.
You did do better. But sometimes better is not enough.
Womp womp, dude.
You have a -1? Oh, cleric wasn't your first class. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, like, wait, they get charisma saves.
Imagine.
Nah, mate.
As you drink the blood from her arm, she wraps her hand around your chin and holds her eyes to yours, far more firmly than you were expecting, as she is surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, strong. She looks at you with her glowing red eyes and just says, "Oh, dear daughter, there is nothing I would not do for the salvation of this world." As she holds her hand, she lets her fingers slide around your neck. If it meant snapping your head right here, I would do it. If it meant giving my life, I would do it. This world is a beautiful place, but only the strong survive. As you feel this dark energy coursing into you, you feel this utter intoxication with not only it, but her, as her words strike true. Very true to something you believe.
Yeah, I think that she doesn't even need the charm, Cleo. She would agree with everything she just said.
As it does, you start feeling this surge, this hunger of energy. And she just says, now, let it loose. Feel that power lust. Feel the anger for which this world has pressed you into. Let it loose, dear daughter.
She will.
As you feel this curse roiling up inside you, you let it go, and it bathes over her as she delights in feeling your sangromancy. As you release this curse, she effortlessly bats you away, and immediately the blood from her arm ceases and the wound heals over top of itself. As she begins to wrap her bandage. Good. Well done. Next, I need you to wet your blades. Find something, some life to take, something to reap. Surely someone out there deserves it.
That they do.
As she turns back towards the sea, you see her hold both her hands up like a marionette master as she watches the tides roll in and out. Roll me a perception. You see slowly but surely the blue of the lake splashing around you turn darker and darker and darker until it becomes a crimson red at her command as she plays the strings, as she sings this chorus about her. You see it roar up the waves back and forth faster than they were before, to where they crash, break over the rocks, and spray up, reaching the precipice of the cliff and creating a shower around her.
Beautiful.
Do this. Heed my words, follow my commands, and I will give you power beyond anything you could imagine.
It will be done, Mom.
But should you lose focus, should you let it consume you, you will be nothing. A mangy dog, a loathsome thing to be put down. should you fail me, dear daughter. She holds her hands and wraps her fingers slowly one by one, starting from the pinky up into a fist, and you feel a tightness around your chest. And I will ensure you never do again. Before releasing it.
I understand.
She turns to face the waters once more. And as you see her loose her hands, the water returns to the same color it was. So what's Rohan doing?
Painting.
Oh, hurry, play the happy music. Play the happy music. Well, we have a chance.
He is not doing anything that's probably going to require much time in the spotlight. He is sitting at this desk with a what they call it? An inkwell and a quill. There we go. And a quill, and he is putting some little details on this map of most of Veland that he has drawn himself over years, or maybe not this exact map, but this is like maybe the dozenth draft of it. No single map, I imagine, has a long lifespan. Sometimes you make a mistake and realize one thing is further from another landmark than you initially thought, and you need to start over, transfer things over. But right now he is currently penning in the western part of Elland, where he is currently, the southwestern part. I think as he finishes some part of the coast, he kind of leans back, looks it over, and says, Sakyuza is too close. And he will reach into his pack and pull out another bit of rolled up parchment and begin a new draft. As he starts where he always starts, same spot, with the southeastern coast, where Shamash is.
Really like that.
He's getting some R&R in. Is there a clock in here? We'll say there is. He gets the coastline that all of the City of Light, known as Shamash, runs along. Before he kind of sits back once more, glances at the clock, draws a bit more, and glances at the clock. I think that's enough for one day. You go ahead and make the rounds. Just see what everyone's up to. Nothing that requires much attention, though. Mostly, I'm biding time until, or rather, he's biding time until something interesting happens.
Okay.
Would it be chronologically synced that he bumps into Quint when Quint's making the rounds?
Sure, yeah.
I guess so.
Your call.
Would Cleo bump into him after the
Well, I'll tell
terrace?
you what, with all this
Already
bumping
assembled.
about to be happening, hey, Garth, what is Brad